Yo, 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 Panther Nation, Pantherologists. Welcome back to lunch break with myself. Yeah, I was traveling last week for a conference for my company, so I was not able to hop on last week. Let's see how the lighting's got here. We'll do that. That's fine. But yeah, so we're back. I'm back. I am gonna continue to do this every freaking week, every single day, as long as I'm not traveling. So I appreciate everyone coming into the live stream. Everybody that does come in, make sure you pound that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then click that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any new live streams. Also, feel free to get into the comment section. Feel free to go ahead and comment amongst yourselves, whoever else wants to join. Appreciate everybody that has came in and joined. Also, you can also help the live stream just by, even just sharing it goes a long way. So, and commenting and liking the live stream, those two things go a long way too as well. So, anyway, so we got a bunch of topics to talk about because I feel like I'm having to play catch up mode here a little bit due to the fact that I was away. And so, I kind of want to talk about, the first thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that um, Carolina has opened the door of an opportunity because I feel that Scott Fitter has assembled a group that I think will compete for many years to come with this team right now. And I don't know how some of you feel, but I just feel that there's just this door that has opened for us, and it's going to be open for a long time. And having that first overall choice in this past draft isn't necessarily a good thing, but it usually indicates your roster is in shambles and you're years away from being important in your division and, much less anywhere else. And so I feel that the Carolina Panthers, who are, we got that first overall pick in this past draft, are are in very different circumstances now. I think that they are now prepared to really win some football games. And what the team accomplished a year ago, really, starting at 1-5, losing their head coach, changing defensive coordinators, going through three defensive line coaches and three different quarterbacks, yet finishing one victory shy of winning the division, to me seems outstanding. And I'm going on a little rant here, so bear with me. And they just never gave up. So what's better now, right? What's better now? Well, this summer, the Panthers did something that I think no one else in the NFC South did, and really they improved. Now, I think Carolina put together probably the strongest coaching staff in the NFL, signed outstanding free agents on both sides of the ball, got Bryce Young as their quarterback of the future. And this is what I think Scott Fitter has been working for since assuming the position in 2021. So to establish this opportunity to really win, right? The goal was to develop a defense, dig in the trenches, and sign a young quarterback on a rookie contract, right? And that mission was completed. Now, the Panthers did not give up DJ Moore in a package of selections to Chicago in order to really choose that number one overall. I mean, they did give up, some, but it wasn't like a huge package, in my opinion. Maybe others feel like it was too much. That's neither here nor there. But they had faith in Young, right? They knew who they saw it, and that's why they went for him. And he has proven to be so far all the hope that we were all are hoping for, I guess you could say, right? So, and I think Young has put in a lot of effort in learning the playbook, and even took veteran Andy Dalton off. Even took Andy Dalton, excuse me, even took veteran Andy Dalton off a guard a couple weeks ago when he pointed out that a play was labeled incorrectly on the script for practice. So the little things, the little things go a long way, especially in the NFL. And when you have a quarterback like Bryce Young, who is detail oriented, ready to learn, you have the potential to achieve something extraordinary. And of course, Carolina, I think, will need to address the whole wide receiver area and probably in the future, right? Depending on how Mingo turns out. And then if DJ Chark can come back and have some success. And obviously Thielen, he's 32. So he's kind of, in between prime and on his way out, right? And then, can Terrace Marshall step up and finally be that wide receiver that he was at LSU, right? So, but I think that the Carolina will figure that out in the future. But for now, I think Young has a solid variety of alternatives to throw it to, right? And I think it also helps that he has Miles Sanders in the backfield, who will be rushing behind one of the league's best offensive lines. Because if some of you don't remember, we finished top 10 in the NFL of offensive lines. But in my opinion, the defense for Carolina is what puts Carolina in the driver's seat for this foreseeable future. Every offseason addition appears to have aided a returning player. Derek Brown has more flexibility up front thanks to Shai Tuttle. Jeremy Chin can play more in the box with Von Bell and Xavier Woods at safety. And then drafting DJ Johnson at the third round was a risk. It was a risky move, but I think he can set the edge and Brian Burns on that other side. Now, even bring back Shaq Thompson, which I think was the most underrated move that we made this offseason, I think provides some steadiness to the defense and someone to lean on when adversity strikes, right? So I think the Panthers will no longer be selecting in the top 10 with the fact that Young is at the helm. This team is poised to turn the corner and contend in the NFC sooner than most people expect. Now, let's not limit ourselves just to the NFC South. Examine the remainder of the conference. Aside from Jalen Hurts, there is no other quarterback who regularly performs at an exceptional level. So if Young lives up to the expectations, I think the Panthers might be back. I know this is a hot take, but it's just my opinion, and I've been thinking about it, and this is why I'm on this rant with you guys right now. But I think the Panthers might be back in the Super Bowl before the end of Bryce Young's rookie deal. Not rookie year, rookie deal. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, with this door wide open and everything I just said and ranted about, I could see us in the foreseeable future, before Bryce Young's rookie deal is up, I could see us making a Super Bowl run. I truly believe that. I truly believe that because of what offseason moves we've already made with free agency, drafting, trades, everything that we've done just this year, and I would say even possibly a little bit over time. I feel that now with Bryce Young, we have the opportunity, and this door is opened up for us to really move forward into the future and possibly make a Super Bowl run. And I'm not saying like right now. I'm just saying that we're talking about future here. Okay. All right, we're talking about the foreseeable future. Let me make sure I'm clear on that before someone comes in here and wrings my neck. Because I definitely think that we have set this team up for success for the years to come. And especially with the fact that now that we have, Bryce Young, who's now who's basically taken over. I mean, or they already see him being, which I need to kind of give my take on that. Now, Bryce, they handed him the first team reps, right? And I kind of figured that when you get a first overall pick, and he continues to progress, which we've seen over time right now, it makes sense that he's, I knew he was going to get the first team reps. I think we all knew at some point that this would change and they were going to give him the first team reps. I mean, they have complete, they get, we just didn't know when it would happen, I guess is what I'm saying. So, and then even Frank Wright said the same thing on, how he made his decision of moving forward with him. And I don't think this means that Young is anointed the QB1 already, but it's just the next step in the process. I guess that makes sense. So he's not like full blown, thrown in there. But I do see it for the foreseeable future of him. Obviously he's going to be taking the first team reps. You going to the Bills Jet game round table? Might be. It's kind of in the works. Debating it right now, but we'll see. I'm thinking about it. Bro Cam says, I'm confident, but I'm thinking it's too early to make strong predictions. We have so many new additions from coaches, players. I really need to see how they gel, if they gel. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that, but my confidence level is definitely a lot higher right now with everything that we've done this off season, right? That a lot higher than, it was obviously last year or even, obviously when Matt Rule was here. So, yeah, but my confidence level is so much higher this year. And especially with the fact that just like everything I said, the moves, the only thing I see right now that we need to do, which I'm going to get into more in that, is probably look into the future about the wide receiver situation that we've got going on. But other than that, and maybe another defensive end, but other than that, really, I mean, defensively, that we are in the driver's seat, and that's just because of our defense. But having a top 10 offensive line obviously helps. And now we have our quarterback of the future, which you've surrounded him with players. You've surrounded him with, star guys who have been in the Pro Bowl, who have playoff experience, stuff like that. It's good to see now that things seem to be kind of falling in place. Do I think that it's going to happen this year? No. I don't see it happening this year, but everything I'm talking about is everything that I see in the future. And like I said, I can see us making a Super Bowl run before Bryce Young's rookie deal is up. So, that's, rookie deals, and especially if they pick up his 5th-year option, right? It's 5 years. So, 4 years plus, unless they pick his 5th-year option, which I'm assuming who knows. But if he is as what we're seeing right now, I could see it happening. But it's just a hot take. It's just one man's opinion. All right. Other news. Let's get right into it. So, running back Dalvin Cook. I kind of want to talk about that. I heard there were some rumors that maybe Carolina could be possibly looking into him. And in my opinion, Carolina does not need to invest in another running back. Scott Fitter promised supporters that we would be in every deal, but when he assumed the job, and so far he's kept that promise, everything makes sense. You're doing your team a disservice if you don't investigate in everything, which I truly believe. So that isn't to say that every big name in free agency or trade rumors should take, precedence over the team's needs, right? Even if money is available. So this is the situation with free agent running back Dalvin Cook, who was released over, this past it's been about 2 weeks now, it seems like. But anyways, Cook is without a doubt, I think, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Definitely top 10, right? He ran for over 1,100 yards or more in 4 consecutive seasons, I think. So I just think investing additional money in the running back room does not appear to be something we should be doing. And I don't think Scott Fitterer thinks we should be doing. And, Carolina committed a 4-year contract to Miles Sanders, just a few months ago. So, but Is there a 2-year option? Maybe, but Sanders has guaranteed salary of 13 million. So if you add Cook to the mix, you're looking at a guaranteed salary well over 20 million for a position that no one wants to really spend money on. So therefore, I think Sanders came to Carolina hoping to be that guy, for so to speak, after seeing his role decline in the Eagles' Super Bowl loss this past season. So I think Sanders isn't a selfish player by any means, but you don't want to jeopardize the relationships trust by bringing in another high profile person. So I think Chuba Hubbard has shown some glimpses that he can be a quality number 2 back. But if the Panthers need to add to their backfield, they would better serve to target a third down back who can assist with pass protection. Now, aside from running back position, though, guys, I think Carolina has other things to fill right now, such as defensive end and corner. And I think those 2 positions should be priority right now. Filling that depth chart at the defensive end and corner position, I think, is our biggest hole that we need to fill right now. Paz Buff comes in and says, I really think the Panthers are going to be competitive. Good luck, Panthers Nation. I live in Carolina, so I can't help root for the Panthers on this side. I appreciate you, Pez Buff, even though you're a Buffalo fan. I appreciate you coming over from Dan Mitchell's channel and coming showing your boys some love over here. Thank you so much for coming over here and showing some love. Brocan comes and says, how do you feel? Oh, well, I kind of already just did that. I kind of already said that. How do you feel about your cornerback room? Great talent, but everyone is injury prone. Our depth, that position is lacking. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, I just said that. I'm sorry. I was going on my rant there before I noticed your comment. But yeah, no, I think like, and that's the reason why I like this whole Dalvin Cook rumor thing that I've seen a little bit. That's why I wanted to make it clear that there's no reason for us to be going after this guy because of the fact that we got Miles Sanders, who's guaranteed 13 million. So if you bring in Dalvin Cook, then you're guaranteeing him 20 million, which we don't really need to be guaranteeing a running back worth right now 20 million. All right, we've seen how that worked out with us with Christian, and nothing against Christian. I have a lot of love for Christian. But I just feel that, running backs in this league is just it's not a long career. They just don't, they're not, then it's just doesn't work out that way. You don't want to pay a running back that much. But yes, Brocam, to your question, we need to be looking at the depth chart and filling the depth chart up with corners and a defensive end. I would say that's the next 2 positions I would go after right now with the offseason moves. And I'm hoping before training camp, we can get a guy, another corner and defensive end bring in, because we do have $27 million still in cap space right now for us to use. So I'm hoping we can bring somebody in. Black Mama comes in and says, we need to talk. We need to be talking to the Viking for Hunter. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't disagree with that, right? I don't disagree with that. But I want to know. The only thing is with Hunter, I need to see his contract. But really, if we got 27 million, I'm sure we can afford him. We probably could. I need to look up his contract, though. Marcos Cash comes in and he says, 9 viewers, but only 4 likes, 5 peepers lurking in the shadows. Step on that like button. It's free. Thank you, Marcos Cash. You're taking words right out of my mouth. Much appreciated. Thank you for handling my light work. Thank you for handling my light work. That's funny. All right. Another thing I need to catch up on. So, I talked about the door of opportunity, talked about the Dalvin Cook rumors, then gave you my opinion on Carolina giving the QB1, giving the QB1 job over to Bryce Young, which that was a no-brainer. But I kind of want to get back into the running back conversation because Wright calls Miles Sanders basically a really big signing. Big deal, right? Apparently, he's checking all the boxes down there right now. Now, don't get me wrong. Miles Sanders is no Christian McCaffrey. Okay. But I think he is a very good NFL running back, or, above average. All right. And one that I think has placed himself as one of the top backs in the NFL. I mean, he had a top 10 season last year. So I think Sanders coming off his best season of his career, I think he has helped. He helped the Philadelphia get to the Super Bowl, especially with the career highs he set in rushing yards, rushing attempts, yards per game, and touchdowns. So when you get a guy like that, it definitely helps out your offense, right? And this is what I was coming to I was kind of insinuating that in the beginning of the show with the open door, of opportunity. Now, I know that the pads haven't come out yet, and Sanders is already, impressing our coaching staff. But last week, Wright also made Sanders RB1, which comes to me as no surprise as well, but did say that he likes the way that Sanders plays the game and how it fits the style of the offense, basically, is what he was saying. So I thought that was good to hear, and hopefully we can have the Miles Sanders of last year to come into play again with us, because I think that's going to help take some pressure off of Bryce Young a lot, especially with the fact that, having a rookie quarterback and bringing in a guy that had over 1,100 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, over like 270 something attempts, average 75 yards per game. That helps out your rookie quarterback a lot. So if we can have that Miles Sanders that came from who helped lead the Eagles to a Super Bowl, that helps us out a lot, especially with the fact that Miles Sanders also will be running behind a top 10 offensive line from last year. And we've seen what this offensive line can do, and especially running the ball, especially when last year with Deontay Foreman and Chuba Hubbard. So having Miles Sanders, who had basically a Pro Bowl year, top 10 year last year, him coming in, fitting well into the offense. It's just good to see. It's good to see. It's like, that's why I'm saying this door of opportunity, everything seems just to be falling in place. And that's why I'm very confident this year of us having a very good year. I'm obviously thinking we're going to have a better year than last year. We all know that. I've got us going 10-7. Yeah, 10-7, something like that. So definitely on the come up. All right, let's move on to the other news here for the Panthers. Now, this kind of goes back to that door of opportunity where when I was talking about in the beginning of the show, that there is one thing besides the corner and defensive end position that I think Carolina needs to look at. And I think the thing is has or can Carolina replace DJ Moore's productiveness that we're losing? Because we have some receivers that have some shoes to fill of DJ Moore. And I don't think that was a very easy decision for Carolina just to give up DJ Moore in that trade. But he was the clear-cut number one receiver, and he had been ever since he basically got there. So, but, for us to ensure that we got that top pick in the draft from the Bears, Moore had to be involved, because the Bears they're trying to surround Justin Fields with all the talent that they can, right? And once I think they felt that there was this chance of that trade being made, and I think Scott Fitter asked, this is just me thinking what's going on in that front office, but I'm sure Fitter was asking Frank Wright how he would feel about, or how they would be able to replace DJ Moore. And so they went to the drawing board and wrote probably some ideas down, how they ever did it. And then they just ended up signing Adam Thielen. They signed DJ Chark, signed Demir Bird. All right. Then selecting Mingo in the second round. But is there a DJ Moore type of player in our locker room is the question right now. I'm not sure. Okay. This is a group that I think Frank Wright really likes and feels comfortable with. But I'm not sure there's a guy here that can really bring what DJ Moore brought to us over the past couple years. All right. Now, the one guy I think everyone is going to keep their eyes on him, and myself, is Terrace Marshall, who made some incredible apparently, I was watching some of Thursday's practice, and he not apparently, but he did made some nice catches in Thursday practice, and he was showing some flashes of that ability that we saw in LSU. But we need to see that on the field. I need to see those kinds of catches that you're making in practice and put that on the field. So I'm hoping that this coaching staff will be able to coach him up to his full potential. But I think the person that in the dark horse of our wide receiver room really is Laviska Shenault. Now, he's been used in so many different ways down in Jacksonville and same way in Carolina, but he's not been a very key fixture of our offense yet. So I think this year that could change. We've already know that there has been rumors that Carolina plans to use this guy like a not DJ Moore, but like a Deebo Samuel style. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that transitions with Laviska, which I think it's a perfect fit for him because that's the style of play he's used to playing anyways. So I'm hoping that we see Laviska have that more of that Deebo Samuel style play coming into this year. So I'm hoping so. Everybody that's joined the live stream, appreciate all y'all. Make sure you pound that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new content. Okay. But to finish off that wide receiver rant here real quick and talk, I think, again, Carolina may not really have that dude in their wide receiver room, but I think they have a solid mixture of guys that can kind of just do a bunch of different things. All right. And I think that makes them kind of unique, kind of unpredictable a little bit, which is kind of interesting to see. So we will see. There may not be maybe a 1,000-yard wide receiver on the roster, but I think that our depth in the position group is the best shape I think it's really kind of been in a long time. Really. So, but it goes back to what I was saying when I was talking about the opportunities that this door of opportunity I think we do have now because of how we've set ourselves up for success. And I think that it will be one of the positions that we will be looking to in the future, depending on how Terrace Marshall or Mingo or maybe even Laviska really turn out. To be that number one guy and to replace that productiveness of DJ Moore. All right, let's move on. Last but not least. This news was no Brocam comes in and says, okay, wait, I missed Marco's Cash. Marco's Cash says, yeah, I bet DJ Moore was allergic to touchdowns. He stayed away from him, but he could get you a lot of yards. Yes, he could. Much of a touchdown machine, but he could definitely set you up to get you into the touchdown zone. No one on the team can replace DJ Moore's production by themselves. We can spread the ball around, still have great production. Yeah, that's what I think, and that's what I was basically alluding to. Except I just go on these rants. That's because that's what I'm here for, to rant, kind of, and talk about everything. All right, last but not least, other news kind of got announced a couple days ago. Justin Burris has a role in the Carolina Panthers organization. So he remains with the Panthers, but in the different a different space. Now, as we all know, Burris spent the last 3 seasons as a member for the Carolina Panthers secondary. He appeared in 28 games, made 25 starts. Now, Burris is moving into a new role here, and he's going to be a scout. Burris, I think, will get his start as an intern, and then there's no indication whether or not he'll be playing football. Playing football, and if it's still on the table, he has not made an official retirement announcement. So, but the thing is Burris has dealt with a lot of injuries in his career, especially during his 3 years, his time here. And then in 2020, he suffered a rib injury, and then he dealt with hip and groin injuries along with a concussion. And then Burris missed 23 games in 3 seasons with Carolina, meaning he was, only available for 45% of the games played. But it's glad to know that a veteran like himself is, comes back and it's still with the organization. So it makes me appreciate Carolina always, trying to sign these guys that, are veterans and know the organization well. So I'm glad that they brought him in. But yeah, that is a lunch break with me today, guys. I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Like I said, Monday through Friday between 12 and 1 p.m. EST, I'm going to be live for lunch break every single day, unless I'm traveling. That was the reason why you didn't see me at all last week, because I was all the way in San Antonio, Texas for a conference for my company. I wish that I could do YouTube full time, but unfortunately I can't because they don't pay me enough. But maybe one day. I just love doing this, though. I just love coming on here, hanging out with you guys, shooting the shit with you, giving you my takes, my hot takes. Some of you may agree with me. Some of you may think I don't know football. Some of you may like my takes. That's neither here nor there. But I appreciate everyone. Join the live stream. Make sure you pound that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. The 2 biggest things you can do for this channel, though, is pounding the like button and clicking that post notifications bell, because then you get post notifications bell, get notified every time that I go live. And then the like button just helps the live stream out and helps my channel out to get more people to come and join us and hang out with us and talk football. All right. Be on the lookout. Going to have some giveaways coming up soon, so be on the lookout. That's why you got to click that post notifications bell, because you never know. If you miss on that live stream, you might not be able to do the giveaway. So make sure you come and join the live streams Monday through Friday, between 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. EST. So come check me out. Always on here. So appreciate everyone. I'm going to hop off, going to grab me a bite to eat, get back to work, and I will see y'all later. Keep pounding, guys.